Happy New Year. Welcome to January the 1st, 2017. I'm Dr. Sonia from Prudentia Psychological Services, and this year I decided that rather than writing a monthly blog, I would do a monthly vlog. So this is my first, January the 1st, 2017. Now there is still evidence of 2016 in the background, but what I want us to do for this first month of the year is to be thinking forward. So I'm starting my vlogs with 6 ways to ensure that you have a brilliant new year. Now you might be thinking 6 things to remember, that's not too bad, but just to help you, I have a word, and our word for January is helper. Easy enough to remember. So as we go through each of the 6 tips, there'll be a letter associated with each. Tip number 1, H, have gratitude. You might be feeling great at the start of the year. This is a new year, I'm going to do things differently this year, and that's a great attitude to have. But as you go on, as the days turn into weeks, turn into months, you might find it a little bit harder to continue with that enthusiasm. So one thing that you can do is at the end of each day this year, I want you to write down something that you have to be grateful for that day. So it might be that you managed to get the late bus, or it might be that you managed to find the perfect pair of shoes in the size that you wanted, or whatever it is. It might be that someone, a stranger smiled at you in the street. Whatever it is, at night before going to bed, write down that one thing that you have to be grateful of. And at the end of the year, you'll have 365 things that you can be grateful for in 2017. Tip number 2 starts with an E, and that is expect good things. Rather than thinking, oh, this day is going to be terrible, or oh, this is going to be really hard, or this is going to be a terrible year, think about all the good things that you can expect to happen. Yes, there will probably be some terrible things that will happen in the year. People are already looking back on 2016 and thinking, what a year that was. I'm so glad that's over and done with. And who knows, at the end of 2017, you might be thinking, that was the worst year we've ever had, and not even thinking about 2016 anymore. But one thing that you can do to help yourself is to expect good things to happen. For every bad thing that you think about happening, expect something good to come out of it. So if you go to a party and you're thinking, oh, I won't know anyone there and I'm just going to be alone, it's going to be terrible, expect something good. Think this is an opportunity to meet new people, make new friends, find out some new interesting things and talk to people about myself. Give it a go. Tip number 3 begins with an L, and that is learn about yourself and other people. So for this one, what you want to be doing is just to understand yourself a bit better. Are you a morning person or an evening person? Are you someone who likes to go shopping when it's really busy with the sales, or do you prefer to shop online? But also think about other people, friends, family, your partner. What are they like? Are they an outdoorsy person or an indoorsy person? Learn about yourself, learn about other people, and then work together to make sure that you have a happy life. So if your partner is an outdoorsy person and you prefer to be inside, learn how to compromise with that. If you are a late night person and your partner is a morning person, let them know that you might be up a bit late, or understand if in the morning they don't really want to talk to you, or things like that. Just learn about yourself and other people. Tip number 4. This begins with a P, and P stands for put yourself first. Now, I know there are lots of people out there that think putting themselves first means being selfish, and that's not what I'm talking about here at all. In order for you to be able to take care of others, to do right by others, you need to make sure that you're okay in yourself first. So whatever you're doing, make sure that you don't feel that you're being pushed into any kind of situation, you're being pushed around. Put yourself first, put your needs first, and then you can reach out and help others. Tip number 5, it's another E, and this E stands for eradicate bad habits. Now there are many of us, myself included, that will do things that we know aren't necessarily helpful for us in any way, but it just becomes habit, it's what we do. It might be that, smoking is your thing, or it might be that drinking too much is your thing, or eating too much sugar, not exercising enough. I mean, I've said loads of things that are to do with health, and that's not what I'm focusing on here. But really what we need to do is to identify what are the things that aren't really helping me? What are the habits, the things that I've been doing last year, 2016, that I don't want to be repeating in 2017? It might be getting into awkward relationships. It might be not speaking your mind. It might be getting angry too fast. Whatever your bad habits are, first of all, recognize them and then work on eradicating them to make sure that 2017 is different to 2016. And finally, tip number 6 is an R, and that R stands for regret nothing. We go through life and none of us are flawless. We all have regrets for things that we've done, for things that we haven't done. But if you've done something, don't regret it. Just think about what you can learn from that situation so that you don't have to repeat any mistakes again. And of course, one of the worst things to regret is the things that you've never done, the things that you've been too scared to try. Why not give it a go? Think about what's the worst that could possibly happen. It's probably not as bad as you think it is, and then give it a go. And if it turns out to be one of the things that you regret having done, well, at least you've done it, at least you know. So that's my word of the month, helper, and I hope it helps you to have a great 2017.